This city wears a mask, one of steel, sweat, and secrets. But I see through it. I've always seen through it. And tonight, something old, something wicked, is crawling out from behind the mask. I'm the Black Terror, and I don't run from the darkness. I drag it into the light.
Black Terror, Episode 2, Death Mask. Scene 1, The Morgue. Rain tapped a steady rhythm on the roof of the city morgue. Dr. Bob Benton stood beside the slab, eyes scanning the burned remains of a man in his mid-40s. No visible wounds, no sign of trauma. Just a face twisted in agony and skin melted like wax. The coroner didn't bother with small talk. That's the third one this week. No ID, no prints, same burns, no heat source. Just gone. Bob bent down. Something glittered at the edge of the victim's jaw. He grabbed a pair of tweezers and extracted a thin, jagged sliver of blackened metal, sharp as obsidian, etched with strange spiral patterns. "Where'd you find this?" "Embedded in the jawbone," the coroner replied, "like it was trying to burrow in." Bob's stomach twisted. He'd seen metal like this before. In Tunisia, 1943, a secret Nazi project, a forgotten tomb, and a mask. They called it Masque des Toads, the death mask. Scene 2, The Night Shift. Hours later, the rain hadn't let up. The wind howled through the alleyways like a chorus of ghosts. Bob slipped into the shadows behind Klein Tower, now wearing black leather and a white skull stretched across his chest. The Black Terror. He'd traced the last two victims to this building. No connection on the surface, different jobs, different neighborhoods. But both had received anonymous letters the day before they died, inviting them to a night awakening. Another cult, another sick game, or maybe... The rooftop door creaked open before he could reach it. A man stumbled out, young, shaking, eyes wide and unfocused. "Help," he whispered. It's in my head." He collapsed. Black Terror caught him before he hit the ground. The man's skin was already turning gray, his breath shallow. Then the scream came, a sound not of pain, but submission, like his soul was being pulled away, and from the shadows behind him, something stepped into view. Scene 3, The Mask Walks. A figure, tall and cloaked, wearing a twisted, glimmering black mask, the death mask. Its eyes glowed red from within. Smoke drifted off its shoulders like mist in a graveyard. When it spoke, it echoed from inside the metal, like a voice trapped in a tomb. "He was weak. You can't stop what's already begun." Black Terror stood, fists clenched. "Try me." The masked figure raised a hand, and the young man screamed again, this time as his body convulsed. His veins turned black. His skin cracked. Black Terror hurled himself forward, and the mask vanished in a blink. He caught the man just in time, but it was too late. Another victim. Another face twisted in agony, and the metal sliver left behind. Scene 4, Memories of War. Back at his lab, Bob studied the metal under microscope and flame. Same symbols, same impossible alloy. He remembered the war, the SS unit obsessed with relics. The mask discovered in a ruin older than the Roman Empire. They believed it held the voice of death itself. The last time he saw it, the wearer had gone mad. Killed everyone in the bunker. Bob barely made it out alive. He'd assumed it had been destroyed in the fire. But now, it had returned. The death mask wasn't just a weapon, it was a parasite. Scene 5, Church of the Empty Veil. The next night, he followed the clues to an abandoned cathedral near the riverfront, boarded up for years but recently restored on the inside. Candles lit the pews, strange symbols carved into the altar, and rows of people kneeling, wearing black cloth over their faces. The mask stood before them on the pulpit. "You suffer because you wear masks that lie. Let me show you the one that tells the truth." He removed the mask, revealing a face so empty, so drained it was barely human, and still smiling. The crowd gasped, raptured. Some screamed, others clawed at their own faces. Black terror burst through the side doors like a hurricane. Smoke grenades first, confusion, screams. He slammed through the aisle, launching toward the pulpit, but the mask was already airborne, floating with unnatural grace. "You could have joined me, Terror. You wear a mask too, but yours hides mercy. Mine reveals destiny." They clashed midair, the mask's powers deflecting punches with invisible force. Terror's body slammed into the far wall, cracking stone, but he stood again. Scene 6. The Fight Within. The mask reached into the air, and the candles erupted in black fire. Terror felt the room spin, his mind clouding, his vision doubling. He saw flashes, memories of war, faces of the dead, screams of guilt. He dropped to one knee. "You can't stop me," the mask hissed. "I've seen into you. You're not a hero. You're a graveyard." But Black Terror gritted his teeth. He remembered the oath, the serum, the strength that burned in his veins. He wasn't a ghost, he was vengeance. And vengeance doesn't bow. With a roar, he launched again, this time using a hidden vial of acid from his belt, shattering it against the mask's chest. The artifact screamed, smoke pouring from the wound as the mask cracked. Terror tackled him midair, driving both of them through the stained glass window and down into the river below. Scene 7. Aftermath. Hours later, the police cordoned off the cathedral. No body found, no mask recovered. But the followers were gone. Some fled. Some woke from whatever trance they were under. Most didn't remember a thing. Bob stood across the street, trench coat over his suit, watching the sun rise over the broken spire. He felt the weight of the mask still pressing on his thoughts. It wasn't over. The mask would return. But next time, he'd be ready. Black Terror outro. Soft, grim, resolute. Some say we wear masks to hide who we are. But some of us wear them to become what the world needs. I'm not a symbol. I'm not a myth. I'm the Black Terror, and I see through every lie this city hides.